Welcome back to the channel. We've got a little bit of a milestone today in the Journeyman. It's episode 30, 3-0. We're still going, we're still in a job. You know, who'd have thought, eh? After that first management of Karlstad back in episode 8 or whatever, when we got that sack and things were looking a bit dull. We went on to fairly good things at PKNS, winning a cup in Malaysia, then on to Partizan Bardejov in Slovakia, got promotion to the first division. Got to a cup final, the first ever cup final of Partizan Bardejov's history. And then now we've qualified for Europe. So it's been a good journey so far. Today we're just going to do a very, very quick review of the season, you know, player stats, any awards and whatnot. And that's about it, because after today's review, I'm going to be looking for another job. I'm going to resign, and it's going to be sad because I've enjoyed my time here. It's just the club really doesn't have the facilities or the financial backing to take it any further now. And we've had our bit in Slovakia, Slovan Bratislava, who've won the league now like 6 times, 7 times, whatever in a row. They're not going to be toppled without any financial backing, unfortunately. First up, we've got players inducted into the Partizan Bardejov overall best 11 squad. That's a mouthful. Not sure it needs all of those words. But we've got Daniel Magda, who's the pick of the 4 players who've been introduced. Our left back, 69 appearances, scored 1 goal, average rating of 6.79. You'll probably notice that the standard to get into this team is not that high. Other 3 introduced were Kiko, Ivanchin and David Pilar, who looks like they've been introduced probably into the substitutes there. But the starting 11 now is our old goalie, Pavliko, Magda in at left back, Bartek, Kozoblev. They've been a solid partnership since my time here. And then Ivanchin on the right. So he's been introduced, the young Croat, 21 years old. He is now the right back. Unfortunately, he's going at the end of this year due to not wanting to sign a contract. So bittersweet on that one, really. In defensive midfielder, Habodaz still keeps his position in there. Kerestes and Duga as well, who got us promoted. So none of the other centre mids have really done enough to knock the old boys off their perch in midfield yet. Volovkin is still at left mid and Pospoki at right mid. So we're sticking with the old guard, it looks like. We've still got Chuck in there. Oh, beautiful Chuck. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to miss him. He's been one of my favourite players in any save, just because he's bloody massive. But no, he's gonna be a sad one. Maybe I can bring him with me. No, he's not good enough. Let's not do any of that business. End of season awards. So this is like the personal club end of season awards. Fans player of the season. Oh wow, he's dominated. Just like he's dominated all season in the air. It's Chuck, 65%. Absolutely bossed it. Second place on a measly 14% is Kiko, but he was a new signing for us this year, so it's nice to see him get in there. And then Dusan Kovac as well, third, who was a loan signing. So we made some good signings this year. You know, I think that's what's kind of helped us get to that mid-table position in a cup final. Goal of the season, Jakub Hodal versus Art Media Pez on the 9th of December. Let's have a look at this one. I don't really remember it, but we'll have a look. Okay, Hodal, he's picked it up in his own half. Oh, you know, he's still going. Oh, great finish, to be fair. Lovely little goal. He loves a run from his own half, does Hodal. Them shots either go in or they go like rolled off for a throw-in or something. But no, it's a good goal. Worthy winner, I'd say. Signing of the season is Kiko, free from Spartak Truvna. The solid centre mid for us. 33 games, 6 goals, 2 assists, 4 pens scored out of 4, except that cup final. Oh, you know, I can forgive him because look at his average ratings. 6.99 for a centre mid is good as well. 7.34 in the cup, and he won't be tarnished by that penalty miss. I still think of him as one of the better players we've had on this save. Young player of the season is Chuck, holding on to young player of the season, 24 years old. Surely that's past the cut-off place of being young. There's Chuck's stats, 22 games, 7 goals, 1 assist, 3 player of the matches. But his average rating is really what kind of stands out. He must do bits during the game, knocking it down, bringing others into play, because 7.01 with just that many goals and assists is a good rating. Did well in the cup and our good cup run as well. The 2023-24 season review. Few will have tipped. This is just a little quote by the Slovak football press. Few will have tipped Partizan Bardejov to have been capable of avoiding relegation heading into the season, but Partizan Bardejov confounded every expectation by achieving a solid mid-table finish. Partizan Bardejov were one of the competition's surprise packages, consistently defying expectations and owing largely to an impressive spell of form between August and September that saw them rise to second. Wow. Forgot we reached those sort of heights. And were able to celebrate a successful campaign. So yeah, all in all, it's been a good one. Finished 7th. Match of the season was the 1-0 win over Zemplin Michalovic, and the moment to forget, seeding 5 in the league towards the end, 5-2 against Peroni. Average attendance was 2,083, 60% full. Not too bad, you know, for a little town in Slovakia. And total players used, we only used 26, but that was actually 6, so right in the middle of 12 in the Fortuna League. Club vision and expectations, I'm not going to break it to them just yet that we're leaving, but we'll just accept that because they want us to make those set pieces again, work within the budget. Next season, avoid relegation. See, so they know we're not going to get much money because, like, just look, they know that that's what we're where the club is at. It's just avoid relegation. We've not got anything else to really push on for. Squad dynamics update. Dressing room atmosphere is excellent. Managerial support is excellent. That's gone up. Players delight to have you as a manager. Sorry, lads, that I'm going to leave you, but we've done all we can. It's been a good journey. End of season team meeting. Do I break it to them? Do I break it to them? I'm not going to. I'm just gonna leave them with. Just gonna say we're gonna be good enough to avoid relegation next season. Yeah, they think I'm at that stage now where the lads love me so much I could say anything and they'll back me. Just a little commercial summary update, really. The obviously sponsorship this year went up to 178k. Last season was down at 75. Broadcast revenues up to 63k. Last year didn't have any. Up in corporate hospitality to 5k from 1.8. And matchday commercial up to 43k, from 18. And competition prize money was about the same, 18k to Kane. Obviously, cup final probably got us more money for the competition, whereas last year we had the get promoted, which will have been a large chunk of that money. So I think we're leaving them in a better place because I'm sure that their sponsorships and revenue will go up even more next year with being in Europe and everything. So I think it's a good place to leave them. We've definitely left the club in a better place than they were when we took over. Well, just out of nowhere, just out of the blue, some would say, the blue side of Sheffield. Sheffield Wednesday have offered me a job interview. As nice that is, and, you know, like strokes my ego a little bit. I don't want to go managing England. This is kind of a journeyman of, you know, visiting other leagues, you know, unusual ones. Maybe not always that unusual. Like I'm not saying I'm not going to go to like Italy or, yeah, I'm probably not. But yeah, I don't want to go to England. I've done a lot of football manager saves in England, and this is kind of the journeyman kind of forces you into going out your comfort zone into other areas. And as nice as that job offer is, I'm going to have to decline. It's not even a job offer. It's a job interview. So ahead of myself already. But yeah, I'm going to decline. But it's nice to see that sort of level of club who are 3-star now, Sheffield Wednesday. They're currently in the Premier League. Wow. They've just been relegated from Premier League on 8 points. They won one game all season, minus 67 goal difference. But they've been relegated to the Championship, but it's nice that the Championship side has kind of recognised what we're doing in Slovakia. Very random, I know. But and have offered us a job interview. So it's a bit promising for when I do kind of resign from Partizan Bardejov and go on my search for another job. But the level of club part is starting to get a little bit higher now, isn't it? If you didn't already know that we're in a losing battle chasing the all-time champion Slovan Bratislava for the league title, well, just look at this sponsorship table. In the league, which generates in excess of 5.5 million in sponsorship, Slovan Bratislava attracts the highest sponsorship deals with around 1.1 million from their sponsors. So they're getting a fifth of all the league sponsorship money. In contrast to the lowest earner, yes, the lowest earner in the top flight this season was beaten. Thanks for reminding us of that. Beaten Slovak Cup finalist Partizan Bardejov, who generated a measly 180k in sponsorship. Look at the difference in that, 1.1 million to 180k. The average amount, so we're not even getting, we're below average. Well, obviously because we're the lowest, but the average amount was 450k. So it's just too much of a big task for in such a short time, really, because maybe I could do it if I was at the club for another 10 years or whatnot, maybe less, but we don't want to be staying in one club for too long in the Journeyman. So that's just a little insight into the upwards battle we would have had if we stayed here. We've got the Slovak Football Free Press Fortuna Liga review. So team relegated was Rozombrak and Peroni. Biggest overachievers was ourselves. So Partizan Bardejov, it was a season to remember. Thanks to results like a 1-0 triumph against Semplin Michalovic, they managed to finish 7th, 5 spots above their pre-season expectations of 12th. Chuck's performance particularly was a joy to behold, while Kiko proved to be one of the signs of the season. Partizan Bardejov were one of the competition's surprise packages, consistently defying expectations and owing largely to an impressive spell of form between... Oh, yeah, we've kind of already seen this. Biggest underachievers was them. The best match was 1-1. Okay, it's interesting. Top goal scorer was Hamza Kotovic for Trenchin. He got 18 goals. Yeah, he's not a bad player. Bosnian, 30 appearances, 18 goals, 7.29 rating. Top assist was Marek Mentel. Absolutely off his head. He got 12 assists, 4 goals in 30 games. A good season from him as well. And the highest average rating was Basista. Wow, 19 years old. Good mentals. He's definitely got a good future ahead of himself in Slovakian football. We joined in 2021 and managed to, in our first full season, finish 7th in the second division of Slovakia. We turned the fortunes around, finished 7th. Wasn't a bad position to finish. Next year, we went on and absolutely dominated the league. Won promotion to the first division, winning the second. And then finished a nice 7th place in the first division in our first season in there. So all in all, upwards trajectory of since we took over. Really, really pleased with our how we got on at this club. It's meant that our manager reputation is now 2.5 stars. We've got a Continental B license, so we need to get the Continental A. That'll be our next step with the next club that we take on. Attributes are up quite a bit. Attacking 12, defending 10, technical 12, mental 11, level of discipline still there at 20, man management 12, motivating 14. Game career stats, we've played 144 games in this save now, won 72, drawn 38, lost 34. A win percentage of 50%, that is pretty good if I don't say so myself. Characteristics, our reputation is 45%. I'm not really good with the media. Tactical consistency, 100. Hands-on approach, 75. Managing finances, 58. Team discipline, 80. Loyalty to players, 45. And domestic player bias, 75. We're obviously fluent in Slovakian now. Good Swedish and basic Malay. Let's have a look at the club, see if we have managed to sneak into anything yet. Favoured personnel, there we are. We're in at... Favorite personnel, there's us, FM20. Chuck is also in there as a player. And yeah, that is our time come to an end. Oh, it's sad. It is sad. Here we go. Big moment. Onwards and upwards. Time to look for a new job. We're resigning. Boom. Boom. There it is. All done. All resigned. And wow, mass exodus. A few than 5 staff members decided to walk following my recent departure. Prekop, the fitness coach, Mims, the goalkeeper, Hoyle, Holman, Wigmore, a few of the English staff who I'd brought in. So they've all decided to leave following my departure. Such loyal staff. Love to see. And now it is on to searching for another job. I'm not going to go through that on camera. I'm going to do that all behind the scenes. If I find a few which kind of offer me jobs and I can't decide, I'm going to throw it out to my Twitter. So make sure you check out my Twitter at FMPino. I might throw out a little poll or something just to help me decide what club to go to. Apart from that, it's the end of the episode. We've resigned from Partizan Bardejov. We're on the hunt for a new job. Hopefully we can get a club that we can play some nice, attractive football, win a league or something. But the world's our oyster. Let's see what offers we get in, and we'll go from there. But yeah. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Sorry, it was just a little bit of a review and no kind of game footage today, but I just wanted to kind of, end our ties with Partizan Bardejov and not just go leave them without the respect that they deserve, because I really enjoyed that time with them. But yeah, on to new things, so see you next time.